Happy Friday, everyone. It is Jessica from Crabapple Cove Crochet, and I have a bunch of stuff to show you this week. And sorry, I have a bunch of stuff to show you this week that I've been working on. I have my 2-day crochet market this weekend, Friday and Saturday, same location. Um, so I've been working on some holiday stuff. Not a lot. Got to see how things go because we're still in October, and I don't know how well the Christmas stuff is gonna go. Um, but I do have a bunch of free patterns that I found on Instagram and some that I had saved from a while back that I said, oh, it's time for me to go ahead and make these and give them a try. Um, and some things I had to restock. So let's just start with the free stuff. All right. Let me see what we got. I have had this pattern since last year, and I made one, but I wasn't happy how it came out last year, so I never took it to any of my markets. But I think it might have been the yarn that I chose to use. I used Big Twist Posh, and I just don't think the kind of yarn that Posh is was good for the project. So I went ahead and tried it again because I think this is absolutely adorable. I thought just left my head. Don't ask me what. Anyway, so this is what it is. He's a cute little the pattern says it's a sleepy chinchilla. Now you can make his face sleepy, but I didn't want to do that, and I thought he looked more like a mouse, like a little Christmas mouse. I gotta add, I just realized I forgot to add his two little feet that are in the pattern, but this is a free pattern on Instagram, and this one is from Eden Crochets. Um, you do the hat separately. I glued it on. You only make one ear and then the face. It's a really quick workup. Has a flat bottom so he can sit. Now the pattern comes with a little crocheted ball that gets attached, but I think I'm going to go to Michael's or Hobby Lobby and get some like pom-pom balls and glue it on because I crocheted the ball and I couldn't for the life of me figure out how to get it to attach nicely. Excuse me. Because I got it on, but then because you have to turn the hat inside, at least I think you have to turn the hat inside out and try and get it in there, and it's tight in there, and the ball was hanging, and I'm like, that looks like doo-doo. So oh look, there's still some fluff from when I tried to attach the ball. But the ball just wasn't working for me. So I think I'm just gonna get those pom-pom balls that they sell in the craft section at Michael's, and I'm just gonna hot glue it on. I did hot glue the um the Santa hat. That's what the word is. I did hot glue it down. I could have tacked it down with yarn, but that's the route that I went. But I think he is just so freaking adorable. Um, I added the highlighting by his eyes because I mean I could have made him sleepy, I could have made him asleep and did a little bit more accent, but this is the way I chose to go. Um, I do have another ear made, so I might see if I can bust out another one of these for tomorrow, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Um, but he's really cute. I think he's adorable. But again, free pattern, Instagram, woohoo! Um, let's see. My next holiday free pattern that I have, and I made two of these. I've had it saved in my Instagram for a while. This is a no-sew reindeer. Um, like I said, I made two of them. And this one is by a Wicked Stitch of the West on Instagram. Um, the picture that she has or they have on their Instagram has the reindeer in a lighter color, but I went with the caramel because this is done in, oh my God, my dog. Um, I don't know if you can hear her. I hope you can. Um, but this is done in chenille brights, um, and the caramel, and I believe this is steel cut oats for the antlers. And I just had a little bit of red Bernat that I used, and so I wasn't sure about the eyes, but they don't look too bad. I think they look cute. Um, we'll see if they sell. If not, I'll have them for November for my shows in November. But like I said, this one is also a free pattern from Instagram. No So Reindeer. A Wicked Stitch of the West is what they're called. Have you decided to stop barking? Yeah, that's what I thought. So let's see. What do I have else that's free? This one is not a holiday. I see you, but you gotta go lay down. This one is not free. Oh, this one is free. It's not holiday, but I did need to make at least one of them because their partner in crime is a little lonely on my keychain rack. So this is SpongeBob, and he will be made into a keychain. I have a Patrick as well, but I only have one right now, and I was out of SpongeBob, so I have him. I just did his face right before I started filming. Where is SpongeBob from? Free on Instagram, and it is Kawaii Cuddlebug, one of their patterns. I love this pattern. It seems like every time I make two or three SpongeBobs and I have them on my spinning thing that holds all of my keychains, yeah, SpongeBob just goes. The kids love him. And like I said, I have one Patrick hanging out and he's lonely. So we're gonna stick a little the keychain thing and the clip, and he'll be back out where he belongs. And we'll see if he sells. Probably. Let's see. Next free pattern that I have is, I was really surprised at this one. I've seen it a bunch of times and I've thought about making it, but then it's like when I'm looking and I'm scrolling through the free patterns that I have saved on Instagram, I look and I go, not today. And so I finally said, you know what, let's see how it crochets up. And I was surprised at how big this is for a, free pattern. I mean, I know it's big because of the yarn that I use, because I use Bernat for this, but this is the Happy the Hippo, and this one is by Crochet on Instagram. So I'm assuming that if I made it out of Parfait Chunky, it would be considerably smaller. But he's a nice size, and he worked up really, really quick, really cute. So I'm very happy with this for a free pattern. You know, the other free patterns that I've done on Instagram from Crochet have been great. They're written well, and I have nothing but great things to say about them. So Happy the Hippo. Let's see, what else do we have? Um, so since last week, I made all the little chunky mons for, so that I could have some Pokemons out there. I wanted to make um, a Poke Ball, but I didn't want to pay for a poke ball pattern because I'm cheap. And so I found on Instagram, I searched for, poke ball patterns and everything, and I found a bunch that were free and everything. And this one is actually a pretty substantial size. I liked how it came out. And what I did to get that clean edge is I did the slip stitch in the back loop for the top and the bottom. This is 3 rows of black. So I did, the bottom row, I did the slip stitch, and then I did 1 row of the regular single crochet. And then the top is the back loop only slip stitch. But I made the circle for the poke ball because I'm I don't like the way circles look in crochet when you have contrasting colors and you're trying to do something like that where you can see the stitches, and that's just not going to happen with me. So I made the circle. The black is the felt, and then the white is just the HTV vinyl white cheap stuff from Hobby Lobby. I made a couple other circles, and then I have the other half that I still have to heat press on. And so I think I did 6 or 8 of them. So I can, if this sells, um, I'll have more of the circles to make for replacing it. Been a long day. Been up since 5:30 because I had to work today. So let's see, what else do I have? Um, moving on to some other things that I had always been wanting to try. Um, I had a lady, she didn't buy anything, um, several shows ago, ask me if I did dish scrubbies, and I never try. I told her, I was honest with her. I said no, because I haven't found a really good pattern that I liked. Um, I had some of the scrubby yarn and everything, but hadn't found a pattern that I really liked the way it looked. And so what I did is I said, let me revisit it and see how it looks, and we'll go from there. So what I have is I bought some more. I had this in a couple of colors, but it's Yarn Bee Scrubology Scrub It. This is the yellow, and I had it in a couple other colors, and I came up with, well, I didn't come up with it, but I found on YouTube um, a nice pattern. I like the edging that she did on this. It's kind of like I don't know, it looks kind of braided, but it's not. What it is it's instead of single crocheting around, it's a slip stitch and then a chain, and then you go into the next stitch, and it gives you this really nice kind of braided look on the end. Um, let's see, they are by it's a YouTube pattern, and so it's free on YouTube tutorial. Think she might have like a blog that she has it written out in, but I don't know. I just followed the what do you call it? The YouTube video. This is by Creative Grandma, and it's just called Dish Scrubber, I believe. But she used the same exact yarn. Um, so like I said, this is from Hobby Lobby. This is the Yarn Bee Scrubology. Um, so she managed to get I think she got 4 scrubbies out of one skein of the scrub yarn. Now it is two-sided, so you have on both, it's the same pattern, and you're just, and then you do the slip stitch and chain around the edge to put them together. So um as far as what I'm going to charge, I'm not 100% sure, because in her video you could tell the progression of how much things are, as far as costs, how much costs are rising in the US. Um, Her yarn was $4.29, I think it was. And one of the skeins that I had, I think it was the purple, had its band on it, and it was for 49. And now I had just picked this up the other day, and it is for 99 a skein. Um, so she just did the basic math of, oh, I got, 8 circles, and, I put them together and did, and so that's how she came out with her pricing. So I might follow the same formula. But I do also want to make some, like, I don't want to individually tag them, and I don't want to just have them thrown in a basket with a tag that says dish scrubbies, X amount of dollars. So what are you doing? That's what I thought. You were not going to hop up on that windowsill, young man. So, like my children. Um, so what I have, I might make a band, like a that's I can put on it, it's dish scrubby and everything, something cute, with my branding colors and my font and all of that. I'll probably whip something up in Canva and cut them out on my Cricut. And if I manage to do that, I will pop up a picture on one of these sides of how the final product looks. So fingers crossed that I get that done. Um, so yeah, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I still have more of the purple, so I wanted to make 2 of each, and then I'm going to try and make 2 more in the yellow. Um, and we'll see how they go. Who knows? um but I like to try and have stuff in my booth for other than kids. You know don't you dare. um so all right, the next one is a free pattern. It is also a YouTube tutorial. I think they might have a written pattern on a blog as well. I am not 100% sure. But I have been making these. I made these last year, and they go in spurts as far as how well they sell. So I had a lady, she bought like 2 or 3 of them at one of my recent shows, because people think they're neat, and what they are they're car coasters, right? So, oh my god, what's hanging from there? Strings and everything everywhere. I made this is like this type of band that I was talking about making for these. So something like that. Um, but I made, this a design, did it in Cricut Design Space, and then I just cut them out and everything. It's a set of 2. I sell a set of 2, and it's $2. That's how much, they're made with cotton yarn. And let me go take care of my dog who can't stop barking. Hang on. All right, sorry about that. There were, other dogs outside, and my one is a barker, and she thinks she's protecting everybody. So that being said, so like I said, I have these car coasters, and they're made with cotton yarn because they're more absorbent. Um, So I did 4 different colors. This is a variegated color, so it, you know, has some greens and pinks and everything, and some blues. Um, 2 of the cotton yarns I used were this one and this one are I love this cotton from Hobby Lobby, which is fabulous to work with. It's just so easy, glides so easy over the hook. This one is Lily's Sugar and Cream, but it for some reason it's really soft. So that one was actually a very nice experience to crochet with. But this one is also Lily's Sugar and Cream, and it was it was the usual Lily Sugar and Cream. Very stiff, very, sticking to the hook and everything. Um, but I have it. I have the yarn. I want to use it up. So I'm just gonna suffer through it. I also have the Lily Sugar and Cream in the variegated Christmas colors, the green, the red, and the white, um, sitting on my laptop table out in the living room. So I'm gonna start making some car coasters for that are Christmas themed, but I'm not in a rush right now. Since, like I said, it's the last weekend of October, so I don't think people are necessarily holiday shopping, but some might be. So anyway, I made 2, 4, 6, 8 car coaster sets. So they will be coming with me. Let's see. Now I think we are going to move on to my the paid patterns that I made this week as well. And this one I think is adorable. I love this designer's patterns. They are the cutest things. And I have a couple of them. This is from Unraveled and Unwound. They're on Etsy and they're on Instagram. But the pattern is a paid pattern, and this is their mini stress ball, dinosaur. Oh my god, the reindeer, and it's just too cute for words. So um, he was a really quick make because it's tiny and works up really quick. The ears. Yes, ears. These are antlers. These are ears. The ears are crocheted in, and the antlers are crocheted in, like, I guess the second to last round of the hood. You make the antlers, but he is really cute. Um, I love all these little. Ever since I kept seeing her on Instagram with the stress balls and everything, I fell in love with them, and it's just one of the style that I like. So the reindeer no sew mini stress ball. Let's see. Next, I was watching. Who was it? Oh my gosh, I can't even think of it. She's here in oh, Christine from What's Up Cupcake. I was watching a couple of her videos of things that she brings to markets, and so I saw this and I was like, I gotta try it. What's the harm? So this is like I said, I seen this on one of her videos. This is the Snowy Owl by bleh, Love Me Dearly Handmade. Um, I used just some uh, sinker eyes that I got from AliExpress. I did not do the backings myself. because these came with the little discs, and I wanted to just keep it gold. So I pulled out the gold that came with them, and I did the little V's in like a gray instead of black because I don't know why. I just felt that the black was such a sharp contrast against the bright white of the owl, but maybe that's the way it's supposed to be. But I like how they came out, and I made two of them, and it was a really they work up really quick. The one thing that took me the longest with the first one that I did was figuring out where I'm putting my little accent colors. The nose I embroidered the nose on, and like I said, the hardest part was doing the little V's for the accent. And once I had a basic idea of where they go, putting them on the second one was really quick. Um, let's see, what do I have next that I made? Did that one, did that one, did um I had made um I had sold two of these in the past two markets that I have done. So I needed to replace at least one. And that's my octopus. This is the All from Jade old, I guess it's an older pattern, Rose the octopus, and this is done in Bernat frosting, I believe is what it was. Um, I had found the frosting yarn on sale one time at Walmart, and so I'm gonna embroider a little mouth on her. So I did two different color tentacles. I kept with the base color, and then I added white because I thought it would break it up a little bit. But the eyes are from, I forget where, 80 ADHD 80 something crafted on what do you call it, on Etsy. So I will go ahead and what do you call it? I will post a link of where they came from. Trying to think of the name of the shop, and trying to think of the name of, other stuff in my head, and that they're just the words are not coming out. So yeah, so I have this by All from Jade. Now, I did make, and I wanted to make something, I wanted to make more car hangers, the swingers, and I wanted something other than animals. I wanted to see if I can find something other than animals, and I came across a pattern by the Wonder Crochet, and I've got a couple of her patterns, and I like them, and I just don't know if I did something wrong, because I don't think it's the yarn that I used. But I bought her Itty Bitty S'mores plush pattern, which comes, it's supposed to be on a swing, or at least it shows it on a swing. But man, is he big. I also think I messed up with eye placement because I didn't think about where the drips and everything was gonna go, and I still got to put his mouth on. So I might just sell him separately as just a s'more, because I mean I've got a swing here. I made a swing, and I mean it's just, this is a swing with like 60, a chain of 60, and it just, he's so big. um so like I said, I don't know if, I mean, he's just he's huge. So I don't know if personally I would want him hanging from a rear view mirror, because he might actually take up a lot of, he might block a lot of, you know, space, or, of your field of vision. I mean, there you go. I mean, he's a big boy. He's like chunky. But so I think I'm gonna leave him off the swing, um, and just sell him separately, because he's still, there's still, her s'more patterns are adorable. I have the larger one, and I sold the last one 2 markets ago, and I didn't replace it for the last dud market that we had. Um, so, but that is, other than my yarn mess here, that is all I have for y'all for this week. Um, like I said, have my show Thursday. Not, oh my gosh, I have my show Saturday and Sunday. I will try and do a market recap on Sunday. But no promises. We'll have to see how things go, how busy this is, if, you know, I need to start, because I have a market the following Saturday as well. That's November 1st, I believe. I have another market. Um, my November schedule is really, yes, the following Saturday is November 1st. So, I have, let's see, I have quite a few um, countdowns going on for what's, I've got one, this one, so that would be 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 markets on the calendar. Um, I don't have anything the first weekend of December, so I'm going to have to look through my Facebook groups and see if I can find something for that. And then, so I have one the 25th and 26th. I have one on November 1st. I have one on November 8th. I have one on Friday, November 14th. So maybe I can find one for the 15th. I'm going to have to look at that. Then I have one on Saturday, the 22nd. And then I don't have anything until the 13th. So, yeah, so I don't have anything the 29th. I don't have one the 15th. I don't have one the 29th. And I don't have one the 6th of December. So I don't want to go. I know me. I'm going to go crazy, and I'm going to put something on my calendar, because I'm trying to get myself out there, being as I'm new here to North Carolina. And I'll just have to see. We'll just have to see how it goes. So yeah, so I have a pretty busy November, and we'll see how everything get down. So yeah, I'm gonna end it there with the dogs barking and everything. So I appreciate you guys coming by and checking out my videos. Like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends. If you have any questions about patterns that I've posted, feel free to leave me a comment, or you can go ahead and email me. My email is in the description box. There's also a link in the description box of all of the patterns that I've shown, and all my patterns, they're linked to a Google document. So you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you after this weekend. Have a good one, guys. Bye.